Assalamu alaikum. My name is Halima Hajat. I am a health consultant and I come from a pharmacist background. I'm here on the Health Podcast brought to you by UCTV and it's sponsored by AUDLEY Late Night Pharmacy. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about what the NHS is going to look like going forwards, and really how you can prepare for the future, because especially if you're someone that has a lot of medical conditions or you're on a lot of tablets and you're taking daily stuff for blood pressure, diabetes, etc., which we know in the South Asian community is really common and really prevalent, then this is going to affect you, right? So we already know how difficult it is to actually get appointments and things like that at the doctor's surgery. You know, you try and ring up at 8 o'clock in the morning for an appointment. Sometimes you'll get an appointment, sometimes you won't get an appointment, and then you think, all right, okay, and then you'll try again the next day, etc. And so it's getting already quite hard to access the kind of service and the kind of health, you know, the service that you need. And so the thing is, it's only going to get more difficult, right? Because here's the thing, more and more people are getting unwell. More and more people are having mental health problems. More and more people are having physical health problems. We're seeing childhood obesity and things like that rise. There's a lot of childhood problems now that are being recognised and seen. You know, even things like autism and ADHD and things like that. And childhood anxiety, childhood obesity. And so there's so much more in terms of the things that's going on, in terms of the health problems that we're seeing in the community, and therefore it's getting harder for GPs and stuff to manage it, right? And so what's going to happen in the near future, and I think we have to be really upfront about this, is that we already know that the NHS has been slowly being sold off in chunks, right? So much of the NHS is already sold off and people don't even know it. People don't realise it, right? And it is going to get to that point where everything is going to be privatised. Now, I don't know if you've ever like looked at what you know, like insurance and medical insurance and all of that stuff, what it looks like when you go to places like America. But here's the gist. Healthcare is super expensive, right? And we're already living in a society right now with the cost of living rising. We're already in a society where financially people are struggling. And so when we get to that point, and I don't think it's going to be in the next few years, it might be like a bit later than that, but it is going to happen slowly but surely. It is going to happen, right? Governments have been talking about it for ages, right? Because the NHS isn't sustainable anymore, right? They could put money in the NHS, but they won't, right? Because they are trying to make it look like the NHS is completely broken. And so that is the perfect excuse to try and break away the NHS and go fully into private, okay? So there is that going on, which is an entire different conversation. But here's the thing about what you guys need to do, because you guys need to be aware and prepare that you've been so comfortable getting your prescriptions for free or getting them paying at just the prescription price, which in the grand scheme of things, if you compare to other countries, it's literally nothing, right? But when you get there... When we get there to that point where everything's going to go private, especially if you want things like blood pressure, diabetes, you know, just all the, like the general things that people have, you're going to find you're going to struggle, because even those tablets add up, and it's a lot of tablets to be taking every day, and that means it's a lot of money to cash in, right? And so it's really important you understand that you cannot stay comfortable in getting this in getting our healthcare services for free, because at some point the tables are going to turn and you're going to have to start paying up, right? Which means you need to start making change from now. You need to start making change from now to sort your health out, to sort your medical conditions out, right? And to work on them and get to a place that you're all right, because when that time comes, then it won't affect you as much, right? Blood pressure, the kind of things that like nearly, you know, almost in every family there's people with blood pressure. In almost every South Asian family there's a person with diabetes. I'm sorry, but both of those things are reversible. Both of those things can be managed. Both of those things can be reversible, right? it's just the mindset that people don't have. People don't have they're still stuck in that cultural mindset of like, yeah, whatever, eat what you want and enjoy my food and etc. and things like that. That they don't realize the damage that they're doing their health long term, how it's going to affect them, and actually when it pinches their pocket, maybe, just maybe, that might be the wake up call that you need, right? I know this is a very harsh way of saying it, but it's got to be said because you have to start making your changes, right? That doesn't mean you stop eating your curries, you know, and your roti and your biryanis. It doesn't mean that. It means you cook it in a way that is better for you, right? And so it means you can still enjoy all of the things, but there's a level of control. There's a level of discipline, right? And so when we put that into place, and when you start changing your mindset around these things, automatically your blood pressure will start taking care of itself. Your diabetes will start taking care of itself. Okay? It's so important. It's so important. You know, we always talk about managing your conditions, but we don't talk about reversing them when in fact they are reversible. So that's number one, is they are reversible, right? And so also, like, Islamically speaking, you have a responsibility to yourself. You have a responsibility to your health. You have a responsibility to your body. Your body is an amana that Allah has provided you with. You have a responsibility to do what it needs, what it requires you to do. You have a responsibility to take care of it, to feed it the right foods, the nourishing foods, right? When it's ill, when it's coming up with all of these problems, you have a responsibility to do something about it. Not just pop a pill and be like, okay, yeah, that's my shortcut, I'm done now, I can carry on. No, you need to change internally, in your mind, in your heart, in your gut. Everything needs to change for you to actually see the results. Because this is what will happen if you don't, right? You can continue on the way you are. He is the problem. You can carry on taking your pills, your tablets, your amlodipine, your bisoprolol, your ramipril, your metformin, so whatever it might be that you're taking. You can carry on taking those every single day, right? And you'd be like, oh, well, I'm fine, I'm okay, everything's controlled, etc. As soon as you stop taking it for one day, what will happen? It goes back up again. It goes back up again, because really, internally, it's not managed. It's managed on an external level because you're feeding it tablets just to manage that. But if you take that away, even for one day, you'll see your body showing its true colours, which is the fact that it is not managed, it is not okay, it needs help. Right? So you need to get in this mindset, you change that mindset of not being passive. You can't be passive. You need to be active and proactive in your health, right? Because it's your health at the end of the day. You know, do you want health? So this was just hopefully a wake-up call, in the sense that the NHS at some point will change. There's already been conferences about integrative medicine, right, where so many different healthcare professionals are coming together to create their own forms of integrated medicines, which means there's already services out there that people are offering privately, on a private base, where you have to pay for for obviously trained professionals to help you improve your health. It's exactly what I do. I don't work as part of the NHS. I work privately. People have to pay to come to me, right? And I will help them one-on-one, and I will go through everything in their life, every chronic condition, every mental condition, every social thing that's going on in life. And we go through everything and we work through everything. And that's how you start improving not just your health, it's about improving your life, right? And so this is how things are going to go now, because the NHS cannot manage. It cannot manage the way it's going. The amount of conditions that we're seeing, it cannot manage. And there's going to be a point where governments are going to go, right, we're going to disband the NHS completely. It's no longer working, and we're just going to go fully private. In which case, what it's going to charge you, what it's going to cost you guys to maintain those tablets every day, oof, let's not even go there, right? This is, you know, if you're feeling the pinch with the financial issues that we're seeing now, this is not even close. You're not even close, right? It's so important. Start making that change. You have to start making that change from now, Okay, inshallah, like, please watch my other videos. I share so many things of how you can start changing your life, what you can start doing, little things you can do in your life. Go through those videos, right? Start empowering yourself, start educating yourself, start YouTubing, start Googling, start getting into communities where, you know, like these online communities and Facebook groups and pages where actually they share healthy, you know, knowledge and stuff where you can learn and implement into your life, right? Start making changes. Right, I'm going to leave it there for this one. Inshallah, I know this was a harsh one, but hopefully you got a little bit of a wake-up call to do something about your health, inshallah. As always, if you need to reach out to me for any of my services or just to kind of ask whatever you might want to ask, whether it's in relation to this podcast or whether it's in relation to your chronic health, you can do that. You can email me at hello@halimahajat.com, and my website is www.halimahajat.com. And that's it for me. I am Halima Hajat, and you're on the Health Podcast, which is by UCTV, and it's sponsored by AUDLEY Late Night Pharmacy. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum.